Um, Sort of as a final question as we wrap up, let's talk about what does it mean to be an entrepreneur? Why do you like it, not like it, And then talk about risk for 18 to 22-year-olds going out and starting a career.
Yeah, I think, as I've said before, it's been great to me. I don't think there's anything better to do than to be an entrepreneur, control my time, be my boss, build something, know that you're really integral in creating something that wouldn't exist but for you. And it's obviously been very rewarding for me. I think risk is a good point and question, as David says. I think, look, if you're 20, 22 years old, as I said, it's very easy to get caught up in the herd mentality where like, oh my God, every decision is fraught with like, this is just momentous because if I go work at Anderson, my life will be different than if I go work at here. And, oh my God, I mean, I didn't get a third round interview at, Pfizer, life is over. And that's just not true. So I think that when you look at risk, and particularly being young, you have a family, you got a ton of opportunity, you should really, you don't have really a lot of risk. And I think obviously, look, if you have, it's one thing if you have financial constraints and debt, you got to be responsible about, you can't just go join the circus and never pay your student loans. But beyond that, you shouldn't be trying to maximize for the short term sort of gain. So I guess the point is I would think about not feeling like there's huge risk and everything's fraught with, danger at this point. You have plenty of opportunity to fail, plenty of opportunity to try things and figure out what you like. And I think it's very different. I can tell you, if you're, right now it might be, oh my God, I can't take a risk. I mean, I know, if you're, I'm 37, I don't have any kids yet, I'm married, but if you're in your mid-30s and you have kids and you've got responsibilities, you're in a very different position. When you're 22, you graduate, you can do whatever you want. I mean, you could just go and, travel the world and try something, and if it doesn't work, and you move on. So I would not, I wouldn't get caught up in sort of what is respectable and what's great to do, and I would do what's right for you, figure out where your passions are, where you think there are opportunities, and I would think the big risk actually, and David and I also talked about this, and this is another thing that Grossbeck sort of put well, the biggest risk is you go down some road where you've basically wasted your time and your youth and you haven't tried anything. I mean, that's terrible. I mean, you don't want to end up in that position. I mean, it's very trite, but it's certain things are cliches because they're true. It's like 2 + 2 is 4 because 2 + 2 is 4. So, it's like you will regret the things that you don't try to do, not the things that you've tried and failed. That is for certain. And the other thing is that the one thing which is an irreplaceable commodity is your time. And your youth is a one-time event. So that's gone. It doesn't. You make as much money as possible anywhere. You're never going to be young again.